What's on, guys? Jason here, back to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review for AW Dynamite Big Business, and let me tell you something, it was good. I enjoyed it and stuff, and yeah, you already know who already came already. The boss, Mercedes Mone. Hope I said that right. Mercedes Mone and all that stuff, and Mone. Yeah, Mone. Sorry. Anyways, it was a good show and stuff, and yeah, Mercedes Mone. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was good and all that stuff, and yeah, but yeah, I enjoy it. And thank goodness she's there. I know what was it last week or something? A lot of AW fans, they were upset that she said she'll, go back to WWE and all that stuff. But too bad. But now she's in AEW now, so yeah. So everybody in Boston just cheering for her and stuff. So yeah, it was a good thing. Her home. Um, yeah, it's good and all that stuff. But let's go ahead and get to it then. Um, Again, it says right here Mercedes Mone is hashtag all elite. After a slight delay, we hear some music playing with the chant CEO, CEO. And then out comes Mercedes Mone to kick off this week's show as the fans nearly blow the roof off um, roof off the building. She comes out dancing and making her way down to the ring to start off the show. She sells in the ring, gets emotional as fans chant "Welcome home, welcome home." She talks about how she arrived and is ready to handle big business. She gets emotional, thanking the fans for always being there for her throughout her career for so many moments, and promises there will be many more along way down the way now that she is hashtag all elite. She talks about tonight's main event between Rio and Will Nightingale, the latter of whom fans boo as she was the one who defeated her for the NJPW Strong Women's Championship. She talks about her excitement of getting to work with the rest of the talent in AEW and says it's the only place she can have a women's revolution internationally. Yep. Mone points out that the Mercedes Mone is hashtag all elite graphic on the big screen, which AEW President Tony Khan just shared via his X account. She confirms that she is hashtag all elite. I ran out of the opening segment as fans again chant CEO, CEO. Man, imagine her and Britt Baker fall. Man, that'd be crazy. Alright, the first match is AEW World Championship Samoa Joe, who is the champion, versus Warlow. Backstage, Renee Paquette is standing by with the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe, who is in his ring gear. He talks about his schedule titled Defense Against Warlow of the Undisputed Kingdom tonight. We then shoot to a video package featuring Adam Cole putting over Warlow in storybook fashion, explaining how it was written that he will become the AEW World Champion. Inside the TD Garden, the theme for Samoa Joe hits, and out comes the reigning and defending AEW World Champion for our first match of the evening. Fans chant Joe, Joe, Joe. As he settles in the ring, his music dies down and he awaits the arrival of his opposition. The theme for the Undisputed Kingdom hits, and out comes the entire group with Warlow. They all wish him well, and he heads to the ring. As they head to the back, Warlow settles inside the square circle, and it's time to kick things off. He and Joe immediately go at it, and the bell quickly sounds to start this one off. Warlow takes Joe out to the floor and runs him into the barricade and to beat down the ring at ringside, stopping to take a sign from a fan and tear it up back in the ring. The Undisputed Kingdom member continues to beat down the champ in the corner. As the fans boo, Joe starts blasting Warlow with chops, and the fans rally behind him as he takes over on offense. Joe takes the challenger up to the top rope, but Warlow fights him off. It leaps off for a big turning moonsault splash. After that, we shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial break. As the action continues, when we turn after some more back and forth action, Joe gets his choke for the win. Swerve Strickland hits the ring afterwards, but officials break them up. Alright, so the winner is and still AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. Alright, second match, the Elite versus Eddie Kingston versus Penta El Zero Miedo and Pac. After the match, Alex Marvez catches up with the Elite trio of the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada asks Okada why he would align himself with the Elite. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson come up and tell him to show him respect and call him by his full name. They then say they can think of 14 million reasons why Okada joined AEW presumably alluding to how much his ideal is for Okada. Points out it's Matthew's birthday and makes Marvez sing the happy birthday song to him. As Marvez does, we head to another commercial break. When we return from the break, the Young Bucks theme hits and out comes Matthew and Nicholas Jackson in elaborate robes. They stop halfway down the ramp, flip a coin, which is synced up with the coin flip and the theme for Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker. Out comes to join them in the ring for our second match of the evening. Penta El Zero Miedo's theme hits and out he comes. The theme for Pac plays, and out comes the bastard Eddie Kingston's tune plays after that, and the fans go wild. As the Mad King comes to the ring, fans chant Eddie, Eddie as the bell sounds, and he and Okada stare each other down. Okada changes his mind, tags in Jackson. The fans boo. Jackson looks for a fist bump, but Kingston chops him instead and tags in Pac. Fans chant welcome back as Pac goes to work on Jackson. We head to a mid-match commercial break. On that note, when we return, we see too many high spots to keep up with Jackson. It hits a low blow on Kingston, and Okada follows up with the Rainmaker for the pinfall victory. After the match wraps up, we head to another commercial break. So the winners are the Elite. Alright, we have a segment coming up. When we return from the break, we see Tony Schiavone standing in the ring. He brings up the Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson at AW Dynasty, and then introduces the aerial assassin who makes his way down to the ring. The fans chant, "Bruv, bruv, bruv," and he legitimately breaks up laughing. He talks about how important the Danielson match is. He talks about emulating his career after Danielson, who always gave him 100% regardless of the size of the crowd or the promotion he was in. He mentions a story about how everyone was talking about the Tiger Driver 91 move. Ospreay says, while he respects Danielson, the match they have coming up means more to him. He brings up a phrase and says he is the feeling he says he learned from Danielson. He can respect the man standing across from him and still understand when the bell rings. It's me or him, and I don't plan on dying, bro. All right, next match is Jay White versus Darby Allin. We see a quick matches from Deonna Purrazzo backstage. Actually, challenge Tony Storm and Mariah May to a tag match next week. We then head back in the arena where the theme for the Bang 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 trio of Jay White and the Guns. White heads to the ring as the Guns head to the back. Switchblade settles in the ring, and his theme dies down. When we then hear the familiar sounds of Darby Allin's theme music, and out he comes for this scheduled one-on-one contest. The bell sounds were officially off and running with this one. The commentators talk about how banged up Allen still must be from his glass spot at AW Revolution. Allen's back and ribs are still heavily taped up. Yeah, I saw it was bad, man. I mean, kind of bad, but it's getting there. There's two circle each other and locked up. White pushes Allen back first into the corner, and Allen is ready, selling his back. The fight spells out to the floor where White launches Allen across the steel ring steps as we head to a mid-match break. When we return, we see Allen continuing to get ragdoll around the ring. Allen goes for a coffin drop but misses, crashes, and burns on the hard part of the ring. April. White follows up with his Blade Runner finisher for the win. So the winner is Jay White. All right, once the match wraps up, but Perhaps it doesn't look like Jay White and the Guns are content. They grab the baseball bats and chair go to do further damage to Allen. The acclaimed theme hits and they run out to make the save for Allen. Billy Gunn gets in White's face and yells at him over this. When he turned around, White blasts him with the chair. The Guns turn around and see their father down. The acclaim turned around, but the Guns see them coming and beat them down. The Guns throw Allen back in the ring, and White uh, do what they originally intended, beating Allen down with a bat and a chair to injure his leg. After this, we head to a commercial break as fans loudly boo the Guns. Alright, next match is Chris Jericho and Hook versus the Gates of Agony. Alright, when we return from the break, we hear the sounds of White Zombie as Lionheart Chris Jericho makes his way out. He stops, and when we then return, sounds of Action Bronson as the cold-hearted, handsome devil Hook makes his way out to settle in the ring, and the tune for the FTW champion dies down. The Gates of Agony make their way next, and after they settle in the ring, the bell sounds and to get this one officially off and running. Chris Jericho and Hook start off strong, but then the larger Toa Leona starts to help shift momentum into the favor of the Gates of Agony. Leona sends Jericho sailing from the ring to the floor when he crashes into the barricade at ringside with the Authority. The on that, hold on, guys. Damn it! Sorry, something popped up. Man, I gotta start all over. Momentum Gates of Agony. Leona sent Jericho sailing from the ring to where he crashes into the barricade at ringside with the Authority. On that note, we should gears into mid-match commercial break. This one continues when we return. Hook gets the red rum for the win. Alright, winners are Chris Jericho and Hook. Alright, main event time, all that stuff. So we're gonna get to it then, which is Willow Nightingale. Sorry guys, the something that kept popping up. But Rio versus Willow Nightingale main event time. After the tag bout, we shoot to Renee Paquette, who is standing by with Kyle O'Reilly. He talks about just having gone through the worst days of his life. He mentions not being able to even pick up his daughter. He then says he's back in the most competitive roster in wrestling history. O'Reilly says he's ready to get started and calls out the bounty hunter and Ryan Keith for later this week in his home country of Ottawa. We hear Kyle. We hear Kyle, and comes AEW International Champion Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Kingdom. He tells O'Reilly if he wants to do this alone, he respects that. From there, we head to a big video package, hopping our upcoming main event. Rio Nightingale. After it wraps up, we see Rio backstage with Mercedes Mone walks up and introduces herself. We head to a commercial break on that note. When we return from the break, former AEW Women's Champion Rio and former NJPW Strong Women's Champion Willow Nightingales make their respective ring entrances. The bell sounds, and we're finishing off from this one, our fun match of the evening. The two immediately get after it, with Rio starting off well. Willow starts to take over as we should gears and head to a mid-match commercial break. As our main event continues, when we return, we see Rio firing up for an offensive combat as Excalibur runs down the updated lineup for Saturday's AEW Collision show as well as next week's AEW Diamond. Nightingale knocks Rio out to the floor with a vengeance. Willow goes for a big flipping splash to Rio on the floor, but Rio sidesteps her, and Willow crashes and burns on the floor. Rio comes off the ropes with a double foot stomp to Willow on the floor. Fans chant, "This is awesome." Rio hits a dragon suplex to Willow that pops the crowd. She heads to the top rope and leaps off with another flying double foot stomp. She goes for the cover, but Willow somehow kicks out after the count of two. Willow fights back and pulls the strap down. The two roll around for pin attempts. Willow hits a Doctor Bomb for the pin and gets the win. After the match, we see Willow check to see if Rio is okay. She helps her and the two hug. Willow poses on the ropes in the corner as the lights go out and her theme music cuts off. When they come back on, TBS Women's Champion Julia Hart is at ringside. Sky Blue hits the ring from behind and the two attack her. Fans chant CEO, CEO. And then we hear the same thing that started the show. Mercedes Mone runs out to make the save. Sky Blue and heads up the ramp to meet her, but Monet easily decks her and continues to the ring. She stands across from Julia Hart. Hart goes for a kick, but Monet avoids it and hits her finisher to round the TBS Women's Champion. Fans loudly chant CEO, CEO again as Willow raises Monet's hand for a big pop. That's how this show goes off. Alright, that was a good show and stuff, and it was all, yeah, it was all good. But yeah, I'm glad she's in AEW. Mercedes. Also, congratulations on that. I'm not, gonna watch this video, but whatever, I don't care. Anyways, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed it and not, so like and subscribe, favorite, and all that stuff, blah blah blah. Hit that ring button, all that. But anyways, that was it for this video, and I'll see you all for late Friday night, I guess. But anyways, that was it, and see you all next video. Laters.